FBI, International Season 4, Episode 15, They May Get Their Wish, is an unsettling episode that will be remembered primarily for being spooky. The CBS show delivers a case of the week that is enjoyable because the villain is truly despicable, and there is lots of action. However, there is no significant character growth or surprises, and viewers may even roll their eyes at the subplot introduced along the way. Please guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I promise to bring more lovable series. Thank you all. Here we go, the FBI Season 04 Episode 15. The title, They May Get Their Wish, comes from a phrase spoken by Jesse Lee Soffer's character Wes Mitchell while the Fly team is on the quest for self-proclaimed prophet Bhakti Santoso. The goal is to arrest Santoso not only for his numerous white-collar crimes, but for the sexual assaults he's undertaken under the guise of his religion. However, this necessitates wading through Santoso's ardent followers in a plot that ventures into difficult area. For a variety of reasons, FBI, International Season 4, Episode 15 is difficult to watch. The first is the religion/cult aspect, because religion is a sensitive subject for many people, and it is being exploited as an excuse for horrible atrocities. Every time Santoso says something that attempts to manipulate people's faith, it makes me squirm. However, the episode emphasizes that Santoso's church is not to be taken seriously, and it also provides a few examples of real-life crossings between religion and criminal cases, such as those of David Koresh, who also inspired a Criminal Minds villain, and Warren Jeffs. There is no judgment made about religion in general, it just states that this one fictional character is not an ambassador of God. The second level of discomfort stems from the story's sexual assault component, which worsens over time. The audience understands what is going on from the minute Bhaktoso invites 16-year-old Millie Hewitt to stay with him overnight. However, every detail revealed heightens the shock and misery. The research reveals that Bhaktoso not only filmed the assaults, but also videotaped over 230 victims. In another scene, Amina Khurana, one of his early victims and a key character in the plot, tells how Bhaktoso got her pregnant at the age of 15 and forced her to terminate the baby. FBI, International doesn't show anything or go into graphic detail, but it makes a strong case for Bhaktoso's villainy. It may have even been reduced down and yet been sufficient. However, beneath all of these subtleties lies a rather straightforward plot framework. There is no doubt about who did what, the only question is how the Fly team will catch Bhaktoso. The guest characters are generally undeveloped beyond the essentials. Episode 15 also features the typical bureaucratic disagreement with a foreign officer, which lasts approximately 30 seconds since FBI main character Jubal Valentine hand-waves it away by contacting someone else who knows a Spanish dignitary. Viewers will leave satisfied, but only because they know a truly horrible guy is frightened. In prison, not because the episode is particularly noteworthy, Cameron Vo hasn't made any significant progress after getting shot in FBI, International Season 4, Episode 8, You'll Never See It Coming. She's returned to the Fly team and supported other characters, most notably serving as a pseudo-mentor for Riley Quinn, but there hasn't been a Cameron-centric narrative. They Might Get Their Wish isn't a Cameron episode, but it does have some of her most memorable scenes, when she makes contact with Millie and her mother, Isla. Please guys subscribe, thank you. Cameron is the guy that persuades Isla to sit down with Amina, which leads to Isla deciding to assist the FBI by putting a device in Bhaktoso's flat. Cameron is also the figure who connects with Isla and Millie after the investigation has ended, telling them that the Bureau has discovered a cousin in Maryland who will take them in, and that the U.S. government is supplying them with passports and relocation cash to help them do so. She's always been a terrific character, so it's nice to have her at the center of the action. Amina also plays an important part, attempting to persuade Isla to change sides and receiving her own closure when Wes takes her to confront Bhaktoso in prison. She's the character who delivers the audience the moment they want, the bad guy squirming and recognizing he's been beaten. Smitty Garrettson also has a humorous beat in which she overacts while claiming to have been mugged. This episode may be about horrific things occurring to young women, but it also has some important scenes for women. And those moments assist to alleviate the feelings that arise from learning about all Bactoso seem to have gotten away with. The episode's starting and ending scenes, which mark the start of a new subplot, have received the most criticism. Except it feels exactly like the same storyline that FBI, International has been running all season. Once again, this is a Wes-centric story. First, Wes sought vengeance for the loss of his colleague Mike Brooks, who was killed in the Season 4 opener. Then, viewers followed Riley's mission to probe Wes. Ella Driscoll, Wes' ex-girlfriend, returns in the very next episode following Riley's departure. Episode 15 begins with Ella requesting to talk to Wes about a case and concludes with her standing in his office. The first two were understandable, given that Mike's death signified Wes' entry into the Fly team, and his rogue tactics appeared to be the way the writers distinguished him from his predecessor, Scott Forrester. Having Wes on the hot seat provided at least one opportunity to explore his character. However, having a third narrative directly related to Wes seems excessive, especially given that this is the final season of FBI, International.